A big game with unique characters. Harry Potter Magic Awakened is the best mobile game for Android and iOS. Its story begins 10 years after the Battle of Hogwarts. It combines RPG storytelling with card-based combat. So let's start with the top characters of the game. This is Clash of Games, your source for gaming entertainment. Today we will discuss some fantastic characters of Harry Potter Magic Awakened. So don't forget to leave a like for this video and subscribe to see more of our gaming content. Our top pick, Harry Potter. He is protected, in short, by your ability to love. He has the only protection that can work against the lure of power like Voldemort's. Despite all the temptation Harry has endured, all the suffering, he remains pure of heart, at the age of 11 when he stared into a mirror that reflected his heart's desire. It showed him the only way to thwart Lord Voldemort, and not immortality or riches. Harry is a courageous, loyal, and selfless person who possesses tremendous strength of character. He willingly went to his death, believing that it was the only way to defeat the Dark Lord. However, Harry has a weakness for heroics, as Lord Voldemort once phrased it. He would go to great lengths and sacrifice his life to help others, particularly his loved ones. Number 2. Hermione Granger. At the age of 11, Hermione Granger learned about her magical nature and was accepted into Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Hermione began her studies at Hogwarts in 1991, and she is a member of Gryffindor House. She was a talented student in almost every topic she studied and had a brilliant academic mind. Hermione is a brilliant, inquisitive, and hardworking student who consistently excels in most of her classes while also assisting Harry and Ron in their adventures. She is so well educated that the Ministry granted her a time turner in her 3rd year, allowing her to pursue additional courses by rewinding time. Hermione often had spare time because of her efficiency and compassion, such as drafting a defense for Buckbeak to protect him from execution and founding SPEW, an organization dedicated to defending the freedom of house elves. Such action showed her social awareness and tenacity. Number 3. Ronald Weasley. He is the 6th in his family to go to Hogwarts. He had a lot to live up to. Charlie and Bill have already left. Bill is head boy and Charlie is captain of Quidditch. Everyone expects Ron to do as well as the others, but if he does, it's no big deal because they did it first. Ron is a very loyal, brave, strong, and humorous person, but sometimes immature and insensitive. He had a sarcastic, wisecracking sense of humor that often brought his friends laughter and relaxation. However, his humor could occasionally be hurtful, even if unintentionally. During his time finding Voldemort's Horcruxes with Harry and Hermione, Ron matured amazingly, and even took to leading the trio when Harry Potter temporarily fell into a depressive mood. Number 4. Colby Frey. Colby Frey is a Slytherin House member who started attending Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry in 2000. He is Fisher Frey's younger twin brother. He and Fisher began attending Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry in Slytherin House when they were 11 years old. They had become friends with Cassandra Vole, who led their group in bullying their classmates. Colby had a nasty personality and liked to bully his peers with his friends. He appreciates herbology, crafts, and poetry, and despises history of magic, which he is not particularly excellent at. Colby can summon a rhinoceros as a corporeal Patronus, which is a rare magical ability for a Hogwarts student. Herbology, the study of magical plants and fungi, is Colby's favorite subject at Hogwarts. Number 5. Daniel Page. Daniel Page is a Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry half-blood wizard. He is the youngest child of a Muggle father and a witch mother, and he is raised with an older brother and sister. Daniel attended a Muggle primary school before receiving his Hogwarts acceptance letter, despite being the only one of the 2 boys with magical ability. Daniel's childhood, while affectionate, was tainted by scandal from an early age, defined by their father's unlawful activities, and eventually Daniel's older brother Reggie, who is a squib. When Daniel was 11, he was enrolled at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He did so with a sigh of calm, for few witches and wizards read the Muggle newspaper, and as a result, no one knew who he was. This relieved a lot of the strain he had been feeling after all that had transpired. Daniel enjoys the potions class since he is skilled in the magical art of potion making. Daniel can also summon a fully corporeal Patronus in the form of a black cat, a rare magical ability for a Hogwarts student. Daniel's favorite topic at Hogwarts is defense against the dark arts. So guys, are you enjoying this video? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Clash of Games. Keep watching. Now, back to our next character. Number 6. Ivy Warrington. Ivy was born to Muggle parents. She had one sister, Winifred Warrington, and a witch grandmother. Winifred vanished from her life at one time during her childhood. Using a memory charm, her grandmother attempted to make her forget what had happened. It did, however, force her to forget about Winifred completely. Ivy could vanish and would not do so even if she didn't want to. Ivy started attending Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry when she was 11 years old. Ivy goes away during the sorting ceremony after being distracted by shrubbery outside the castle, although Rubeus Hagrid eventually finds her. Ivy is an expert in the art of charm casting. For example, she could effectively cast the levitation charm, disarming charm, and locking spell. She can also summon a Pekingese as a corporeal Patronus, which is a rare magical ability for a Hogwarts student. At Hogwarts, she is known to like charms class. She mastered the vanishing spell to the point where she could vanish big objects, such as baggage, adult-sized suits of armor, and even humans. Daniel Page's fractured nose was once successfully healed by her using the healing spell Episki. Number 7. Minerva McGonagall. Professor Minerva McGonagall is the only daughter of Muggle Robert McGonagall and witch Isabel Ross, and is a Scottish half-blood witch. She's also Malcolm's and Robert Jr.'s older sister. Minerva is a Gryffindor House member who attended Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Despite this, it took the Sorting Hat 5.5 minutes to decide whether she belonged in Gryffindor or Ravenclaw, resulting in her being classified as a hat stall. As a result, she was named head girl during her 7th year. Minerva worked for around 2 years at the Ministry of Magic after finishing her study, then returned to Hogwarts to become the head of Gryffindor House and the Transfiguration Professor. Though she isn't a member of the Order of the Phoenix during the First Wizarding War, Minerva immensely helped the Ministry of Magic's resistance through spying on Death Eaters and bringing the Aurors crucial information on their activities. Number 8. Filius Flitwick. People sometimes ignore him because he's small and speaks in a squeaky voice, but he's the best and most knowledgeable charms master living today. Professor Filius Flitwick is a part goblin wizard who attended Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry and is sorted into Ravenclaw House, an intelligent young man and a model student. His office door is always open to any Ravenclaw with an issue. After graduating, Flitwick returned to Hogwarts and became the Charms Master and head of Ravenclaw House. Flitwick fought Lord Voldemort in the First and Second Wizarding Wars. He also fought Dolores Umbridge, Hogwarts' High Inquisitor, and later engaged in the Battle of the Astronomy Tower, after which he attended Albus Dumbledore's funeral. He also served as a shield between the students and the Carrows. Finally, he took part in the Battle of Hogwarts, where he defeated many Death Eaters. He survived the war and is likely to continue teaching charms to future generations of students at Hogwarts. Number 9. Horace Slughorn. Professor Horace Eugene Flaccus Slughorn is a wizard who is either pure-blooded or half-blooded. He was a member of Slytherin at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry before returning in 1931 as Potions Master. Before quitting, he was also the only head of Slytherin House because he was afraid Albus Dumbledore would find out about the Horcruxes he had told Tom Riddle about. Following Voldemort's reappearance and the Death Eater's pursuit of Slughorn, the retired professor lived on the run, unsure whether Voldemort meant to recruit him or kill him to keep his Horcruxes secrets. Dumbledore persuaded Slughorn to return to Hogwarts by luring him out of retirement with the promise of gathering Harry Potter, as he had done with so many other students, while his true purpose was to learn what Slughorn had told Riddle. Slughorn eventually revealed his true identity. He remained to teach throughout Voldemort's 1997 to 1998 school year dictatorship and is startled to find out that Voldemort intended to hire him to teach young wizards Voldemort deemed appropriate for Hogwarts. During the Battle of Hogwarts, Slughorn sided with the Hogwarts defenders, gathering reinforcements from Hogsmeade and duking it out with Minerva McGonagall and Kingsley Shacklebolt, his former pupil. By 2016, he had retired for the second time, with a portrait hanging in the Slytherin dungeon. Number 10. Pomona Sprout. Professor Pomona Sprout is a witch who served at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as head of Hufflepuff House and Herbology Department. In her childhood, she attended school and was sorted into Hufflepuff, excelling in herbology. Sprout returned to Hogwarts to teach after her graduation. Professor Sprout is cheery, enthusiastic, and loyal, but she is also professional and just and will reprimand her students if needed. As a result, Sprout possessed all of the Hufflepuff House traits and characteristics. She is kind and nurturing to the students and indeed encouraged Neville Longbottom's Perchant for herbology because he is anxious to show her his Mimbulus Mimbletonia. Sprout is also the most maternal of all the heads of the house, an example being when she got calmed and got all of the students back to bed after the Battle of the Astronomy Tower. That's all for now. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to our channel. Do you want to hear more from us? Feel free to add your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time right here only on Clash of Games. Bye!